this is how you manifest confidence. If you don't pay attention to any other piece of content I create for you, pay attention to this one. The law of attraction, manifesting, and self-improvement are all siblings. So how do you manifest confidence? How do you go from feeling like I have no value, I have no real place, like I don't even know who I am, I feel like I don't attract the people I like, I don't have the friends that match who I am, I don't have the romantic partners that match who I am, I feel like no one gets me, trust me, I know how those thoughts go. And this is how you manifest confidence. You have to sit down and define who you are. And if you don't know who you are right now, define who you want to be. Because let me tell you how tricky the mind is. We think we don't know stuff when we actually know it. You think you don't know who you are. You really think you don't know who you are. But I'm telling you, the fact that you're watching this right now, you know who you are. You just need someone to shake you awake. And I'm gonna shake you awake, okay? So you already know who you are. And let me tell you how. The mind is tricky. Write down who you want to be. Who do you want to be? Not a celebrity. Not a celebrity, not another person on the planet, but like, who do you want to be? What qualities do you want to have? How do you see yourself? How do you see yourself walking? How do you see yourself talking? How do you see yourself living? How do you see yourself interacting? What is your ideal personality? So all of that stuff that you write down, be honest and be detailed. And when you write that down, I want you to just feel it all. Be as authentic as you can. Think of every single thing you would like to change about yourself. And I want you to realize that the fact that this came from your mind means that you know who you are. And because you wrote it down, because you know the details about who you want to be, where do you think that came from? Do you think that it just came out of thin air? It's because you know that you're supposed to be that person. Like, you know you're supposed to be that person. That's why you're writing who you want to be down in the way that you're doing it. And that's why you have such a clear vision, because you know who you really are. And you know that right now you're not that person. And it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to be that person right now. But what you do have to do is commit every single day towards becoming that person. Do something every single day, whether it's via character or in your personality or an action or showing up to the gym. Do something every single day that brings you closer to that version of yourself that you just wrote down. Because that's who you are. You just defined who you are. You wrote down the best version of myself. If I could be anything and anyone, I would be this. That's because you know that you are this in some possibility, some quantum possibility in this universe. You are that person. That version of you exists. Now the question is, are you gonna let yourself go down the path to get you to that version of yourself? Or are you gonna forever live this lie that society feeds you, that you have to look like the next girl on Instagram, that you have to act like the next guy over here? Like, are you going to feed into these lies, or are you gonna be who you really are? You have to be who you authentically are, because that's how you get to that version of yourself you just wrote down. The more you live these lies, the more you feed into these lies, the more you get away from the truth of who you are. And don't underestimate the power of truth, right? The truth of who you are, the truth of the reason that you're on this planet, the truth of the reason that you're living life. You are here to grow, to learn, to evolve, to make an impact on yourself before you can make an impact on the world. Always go on the road less traveled. Can I say that louder for the people in the back? Always go on the road less traveled. The authentic version of you is the road less traveled. The things you think people are gonna laugh at, the things about you that you think people are gonna laugh at, who cares? Travel that way. Go that way. Go down that path. Be that version of yourself, because you're overcoming fear. Everything that's stopping you from being your authentic self is fear. You know what fear is? It's something in your mind that you've mentally constructed. Have you ever touched fear? Have you ever tasted fear? Have you ever heard fear? No. It's something in your mind that is stopping you and controlling your life. Do you get it now? It's not real. The fear that you have of judgment, the fear that you have of criticism, the fear that you have of not being able to make your dream manifest, the fear that you have of not being able to do this, or the fear you have of, I can't even express. The fear is not real. Okay, it's not real. But in order for you to get past this fear, in order for you to commit to becoming who you authentically are, you have to decide. You have to say, you know what? What's more painful? Living a miserable life for decades? Like, I don't think y'all understand the price you're paying by not being who you are. Like, you're paying a price, and it's so deep that it's you don't even know. You're paying a price by not being who you are. And do you want to pay a price that you can't even put the monetary value on, because that's how valuable you are? Do you want to pay that price for the rest of your life, for decades upon decades? No, not at all, not at all. You should not want to pay that price. You should want to be who you are. That's how you manifest confidence. You're like, it's either, look, it's me or you. What price am I going to pay? Right? You're looking fear in the eye. You're saying it's me or you. Who's going to win? That's for you to decide. Right? If you want confidence, F the fear. That's what's stopping you. Notice every celebrity or every influencer that you look up to and you're like, they're so confident. That's because That's because they're doing something that you don't think you can do. And why don't you think you can do it? And it's not a lack of skill, because anything in life can be learned. You have a brain. You can learn anything. Like, you can go and learn the piano right now, or jujitsu. I don't know. You can learn anything. But you are admiring someone because you think that they're doing something that you can't do, because you're like, ooh, I can't do that. Like, subconsciously you're thinking, even if you're not consciously thinking it, you really admire because you're like, dang, I can't do that. Or I really want to be that. Or I really want to be there. That's why. And when you have that in the back of your mind, that every single day, you're just further validating, right? Further manifesting the fact that you actually can't do something. But it starts with your thought. It's only because you thought it. Like, I'm trying to get this in your mind. Your thoughts. You have to pay attention to your thoughts. Are they your own? If you feel insecure because I have big curly hair, if you feel insecure about big curly hair, it's not coming from you. That's because something that society told you. That has nothing to do with you. I love my big curly hair. It's shiny, it's healthy, it's full. That is how you should feel about any insecurity you have, whatever it is. Understand that your insecurity is coming from society. It's not coming from you, because when you were born, I was a baby. I loved my hair. I was younger. I loved my hair. Like, whatever you're insecure about, just understand you are not those insecurities. You were not born with those insecurities. Somehow along the way, a message got fed to you that thing that is different from the rest of the world, that is different from a majority or whatever it may be, right? It's something that you should be insecure about because you don't fit in. What is fitting in? If we're looking at society at face value and you want to fit in, people out here are miserable. You want to fit in with a bunch of people who are they're not happy with themselves. They don't eat right. They don't do what's healthy for themselves. They don't think healthy thoughts. They don't have good habits. They're living paycheck to paycheck. You want to fit in with that? Like, when you look at society for what it is, and you say, well, why am I really scared? Like, why am I really scared to stand out, to fit in? And you start to see what it is you're pushed to fit in with, you wake up real quick. And if you don't wake up, you got to keep looking at what you're still not seeing it for what it is. Like, wake up and understand this. Like, what you manifest is in relation to what you're able to see and perceive in the world. If your perception, right? If your perception is off, what you manifest will be off. And when I say off, I mean it's skewed, right? I'm insecure. No guy's gonna like me because of my curly hair. Guys don't like girls with curly hair. You're gonna manifest a bunch of different types of people who are gonna not like your curly hair, because people pick up on energy. People can pick up if you're insecure about your hair, if you're insecure about a pimple on your face, or like people can pick up on that. It's like a human, I saw, like, there's this quote I saw, like, the human language is first feeling before it is like whatever tongue we speak, right? Think about when you walk in a room full of angry people. You can feel that anger. They don't have to say anything to you. You can feel if you're in the middle of an angry crowd. And you can also feel if you're in the middle of an excited and happy crowd, right? Right? Think about that. Or if you walk into a sad room, right? You can feel the sadness. Your first language is feeling. 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 So whatever you feel about yourself, right? Work every day to change it. Work every single day to change it. If it's bad, if it's good, keep building upon that. But the bad things, work to change it until you feel that it's changed. Until you feel that it's changed. This will just absolutely change your life. This is what it means to have the confidence to be who you truly are, right? Have the confidence to be who you truly are. Work until that feeling about what you're insecure about changes. Look at what you're trying to really fit into. Like, you really want to fit into some of this twisted stuff in the world. Like, the road less traveled. Like, I can't stress this enough, okay? Think about this stuff. Really soak this in. Like, don't wake up tomorrow as the same person that you were before you listen to this, before you watch this information. Don't wake up tomorrow as the same person. Wake up tomorrow as a new version of yourself. It doesn't and I'm not saying you have to go from 1 to 100. You can go from 1 to 2. You can go from 1 to 4. But don't wake up as the same version of yourself. Don't wake up tomorrow as a 1. Don't do it to yourself. You deserve more. You are worthy of more. No matter what doubts society feeds you. Okay? Remember that. You gotta love yourself. You gotta love yourself. You can't manifest anything if you don't love yourself. And most of society, people don't love themselves, right? That's why they're trying to get something for nothing. Because why would you really try to get something for nothing? Let's assess this. This is where we're about to get deep. Why do you really want to get something for nothing? The answer, right? When you think about it, the answer is because you don't think you have anything to give, right? What do you mean? Oh, I don't have the time. I don't have the patience. I'm not confident enough to get that kind of guy. I'm just going to manifest. I'm not confident enough to get that amount of money. How am I going to get that? I'm just going to write it down and try to manifest. Like, so you're looking at manifesting as a shortcut. And in some ways, the divine energy does work in miraculous ways. I'm not denying that at all. Like, you will literally end up in the right place at the right time, meet the right people, get the right opportunity like that. But notice that every person who has ended up at the right place at the right time with the right this and the right that, they had something inside that began to shift. They woke up in some way, shape, or form, right? They realized that they were actually worthy of getting this. I'm actually worthy of doing that. And shortly after that, right, it all changed. Their reality changes. And they just start manifesting like crazy. It just keeps happening. On go, right? But think about that. When you want something for nothing, essentially you're telling yourself, you're reinforcing to yourself, I don't really have anything to give. I'm not confident enough. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough skill. I don't have enough knowledge. Why do you want something for nothing? And also, that's disrespectful to the universe. Like, you're granted the gift of life and you're trying to cheat life. Like, how are you going to try to cheat the forces that are trying to work for you? But again, it can only work for you if you work for you. So work for you, right? Mentally work for you. Let your thoughts work for you, right? Let your energy work for you. I don't know. That just, when I had to take a step back and assess that about myself, like years ago, when I was like, why am I trying to shortcut? Why do I really feel like I can't? It changed. Mark my words. But I mean, I hope you understand that if you want to become incredibly magnetic, you want to get anything you want in life, you got to change you. But not change you towards more of a lie, but change you to be who you are. So what if people talk? Who cares? Who cares? Because that's all. Whenever someone's not really who they are, it's genuinely because what they think other people will think about them. There's no other reason that people are not their authentic self. What other reason? Be who you are. Do something different. You just want to be a copy of some girl on Instagram? You really think that's going to make you stand out to someone who matters to you? No. You got to reassess the values, reassess how you perceive society, reassess how you perceive yourself, reassess how you value yourself. And it all comes back to self-love. It all comes back to self-love. You want confidence, you got to do self-love. But these are the different pieces that are involved in self-love. You got to do that internal work. That's how you get anyone you want. You have to get yourself first. You don't even like you. How are you going to attract somebody else? You don't even think you're worthy. How are you going to attract a job that's going to pay you this amount of money? You don't even think you can do something like that. I don't know, y'all. I'm just saying. This is the price you pay, and you reap infinite rewards, infinite return on investment when you do internal work. Or you can keep searching for answers outside of you, and your return on investment is going to be that small. It's going to look big. And then time is going to pass and you're going to realize, dang, that still didn't hit. Because it's not going to hit. Nothing outside of you is going to hit. Okay? Nothing. All right, y'all. That's it for today. Like, really soak in the message today. But I love each and every one of you. I thank you for receiving a positive message, for consuming positive content, for being intentional with who you are. Literally just by being here and watching this video, it says so much about the direction you're going in. So don't think that everything you're doing is wasted effort. The universe sees you improving. Take these messages, absorb them, become the best version of yourself. That's the key to life. You got to become the best you. That's the key. That's the key. And it's internal. It's internal. Every single time it's internal. But if you are interested in joining my manifesting community, it's kind of like a manifesting and self-improvement community because, again, they're all interrelated. You can check the description box below. I host it on Discord, and I give you literally every single thing you need to manifest, every single thing you need to improve who you are, and just start this journey towards getting what you want in life, okay? Also, I have links to other products to help you manifest this month, this week. It's all up to you. I give you the resources. I lead you to the water, but you gotta drink. All right, I'll see you on the next video.